Antonio, welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? We got Canelo, we got Triple G for the third time. I don't hate it because I feel like this is owed to Triple G, but at the same time, you got three hungry new lions to pick from. I get it. Triple G is by far the easiest of the three. I think he's easier than Jamal Charlo. I think he's easier than David Benavidez, and I think he's easier than Demetrius Andrade. So I get it. In terms of, Canelo's reasoning, it's smart that he doesn't want Bivol again. I'm happy about that. Common sense has reached Canelo. I get it. You're a little angry that you lost, but don't be stupid and try going down that well again, because it might get a little deeper next time. And you may not be able to climb yourself out of it. You could find yourself on the canvas next time if you were to go back up against Dimitri Bivol. So it's smart that you decided not to go that route. I don't necessarily hate the... Actually, before I even get into that, if you like what you're hearing, please like, please share, please subscribe, tell a friend. Fighting Words is here. I got videos coming. I have videos on the way, and I want to do a lot more. So I need you to subscribe. I need you to share. I need you to like. But back to this video. I'm happy for Triple G because, in my opinion, I truly believe Triple G won the first fight, and he was robbed. So I'm happy. I'm happy for him. And you know me, I'm always talking about get back. Absolutely. I think Triple G deserves the opportunity to get some get back. Canelo won the second fight, and it was very clear. No arguments against that. All you Canelo fans, no argument there. Canelo won the second fight. So do we need a third fight? Absolutely. Technically, this is the best time to do it because Triple G is getting older. Charlo, Andrade, and Benavidez, they're younger. So if they come third, fourth, and fifth, or whatever the order is going to be, that's fine and dandy because they're younger. But Triple G needs to get this fight in, and he needs to get it in quick. Because he's not getting any younger, and his last fight was just that. It was a real fight. I felt like it took a lot out of him. He won, but he worked for it. So he's not getting any younger, he's not getting any faster, and he's not learning any new tricks. So I feel like now is the right time. Like I said, I'm not angry at this decision. I'm not totally in love with it, but I understand it. And in terms of a business strategy, yeah, he's the safest of all three. On Triple G's end, he deserves to make right what was made wrong the first time around. So for him, yes. Business-wise, yes, makes sense. Are we losing as fans? That's a tough one to ask. I don't necessarily think that we're losing as fans because it's Triple G, and we all know he's going to come to bang out. And now he knows, because he's getting his third shot, he has to go for broke. He knows that he's not going to win a decision against Canelo. He knows that. And I think after the Bivol loss, I think the judges know nobody's going to win a decision against Canelo moving forward. So he knows he has to go for broke. He's either got to unquestionably get 10-8, 10-8, 10-8, 10-8, 10-8 all the way down the board, or he's got to knock this man out. There is no other way. There literally is no other way. You got to knock him down a few times to secure a victory. And even then, you're not really secure. Deontay Wilder knocked down Tyson Fury twice. Typically, you get two knockdowns, you pretty much got this thing in the hole. And then, look how that turned out. So you never know. Triple G has to go for broke. You have to get a clear 10-8. You have to be Roy Jones in like 98. Roy Jones in, 03. The entire fight, or you have to be Mike Tyson and knock him out in the first round, because I don't see you winning a decision against Canelo. So that's that. What does that mean for the other guys? Well, what it means for the other guys is just what Canelo said before. Why don't you guys fight it out? You got to do something anyway in the interim. You have to do something in the meantime. How about all you guys get together and fight it out? Matter of fact, throw Jaime Munguia in there as well. Fight it out. Throw Chris Eubank Jr. in there as well. Fight it out. Let all you guys scrap it out. Go take it to the schoolyard and just scrap it all out, and then you'll come out with like two guys who are gonna rise victorious, and you're like, all right, well that's the first fight, and that'll be the second fight, whatever. Fight it out. Fight it out. I definitely think we're gonna see a more aggressive Canelo in this fight. I think he has to be, because keep in mind he's coming off of a loss. He has to be, and I'm pretty sure Canelo strikes me as the type of guy who would watch his losses over and over and over again. Because I look at how much he grew from the Floyd Mayweather loss. Yes, that comes from your coaches just training you and you maturing in the ring. But I also think that comes from you studying on your own. I also think that comes from you saying, what did I do wrong? How can I correct it? How can I fix it? And what do I need to add to make me a more complete fighter? And if I'm correct in that assumption, he's definitely watching this Bivol loss. And one of the things he knows he can't afford to do is be low in volume. Triple G throws a lot of punches. He lives and dies after that, behind that jab. And if you think you're just going to sit there and wait for the third round to get cooking, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. I'm sorry, it ain't going to work. You're going to have to get busy. You have to get busy early. I'm not saying you're going to have to get cooking in the first round, but by the second round, you need to be moving. You need to be shaken. You need to be in that fight. And you need to invest early in that body, because, Canelo has not changed over the years. He's a body puncher and he's a counter puncher. He hasn't changed over the years, but he's going to have to be a little bit more proactive. He's going to have to be a little bit more offensive. He's gonna have to be a starter, and I know that's not his strong point to start, to be first, but he's gonna have to be. He's going to have to be. Yes, he's still Canelo. Yes, he hasn't. I don't personally feel like he's lost any of the mystique or anything like that, because you still went up to fight a guy who's much bigger than you and way more skilled than you and has more experience than you, and he couldn't stop you. He beat you up, but he didn't stop you. He didn't floor you. You weren't overly demolished or anything like that. So I don't see any reason why Canelo would be hanging his head low. But I feel like he knows, or hopefully he should know by now, he needs to up his volume. And Triple G throws even more punches than Bivol. You got to up your volume, dude. And that whole standing in front of your opponent thing, let that go. With Triple G, you could probably get away with it. Triple G doesn't have legs, so you can more or less get away with that with Triple G. But I think he needs to up his cardio, because Canelo has a thing where he'll get tired in late rounds and he'll kind of just lay on the ropes, and you can't afford to do that. Yeah, I get it. You've done that with Triple G twice, but I think we're going to see probably maybe the best Triple G we've seen. We might even see the Triple G that beat up David Lemieux, or beat up Monroe. We might see that guy again. And if you see that guy, because I'm assuming Triple G is going to be in the best shape that he could possibly be in at this point. And believe me, he's going to have a strategy for you. Because he knows, like I just said, I can't leave this up to the judges. They're not on my side. I can't leave this up to them. I have to do 10-8 for 12, or I got to knock you out at some point before 12. It is what it is, but that I'm pretty sure that's his overall mindset at this point. I can't leave this up to the judges. Canelo knows he can leave it up to the judges. Canelo knows he can go 12. Canelo knows he can go 12. All he has to do is win 7. And like Canelo knows all he's got to do is win 7, and it's pretty much in the bag. But in terms of Triple G, he can't afford to take that risk. He can't afford to take that risk. He has to go for broke. And, like I said, with Triple G, don't let him give you anything. Listen, if he's going to back up and he's just going to be tired on the ropes, you take full advantage of it. I think you need to come with a ferocity from round one and apply that pressure so far early that by the time like Canelo actually gets cooking, he's actually tired because you've made him work more than he's wanted to work. That's what's going to have to happen. So overall, like I said, I'm not angry about the fact that this fight is happening. Because in terms of Triple G's age, he can't afford, let's just say Canelo was actually going to fight David Benavidez, which I doubt. Or he was going to fight Jamal Charlo, which I doubt. Or he was going to fight Demetrius Andrade, which I doubt. But let's just say he was going to. Okay, fine. Triple G doesn't have time to wait. So like I said, I'm not mad at that. So I think we're going to see a much better fight. I don't necessarily think we're going to see the most tactical of the three fights. I think it's going to be the most brutal. I think it's going to be the most of a war of all three. I think this is going to be Gennadiy Ward 1, to be honest with you. And I look forward to it 150%. But you drop your comments down below. Tell me what you think. You think this is going to be the hardest fight for both fighters? You think it's going to be a cakewalk because both fighters